Welcome back for our Heart of the High Plains series. I'm Princess Bryant, and today I'm joined with the Axe community. So thank you for joining me.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, so first let's talk about Axe community. How long has it been in Amarillo?
So my husband founded our nonprofit almost 12 years ago now.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever he started Axe Community, the heart behind it and the goal is really just to fill the needs that we found in the city. And that has emerged and has really turned into our focus of meeting three primary needs. So three different age groups really is what it has turned into.
Yeah.
So we work with senior citizens, with children,
Mm-hmm.
and then the other population that we work with is individuals that have been trafficked.
Yeah, and talking about the children, you guys kind of give a community center kind of vibe for them. Tell me
Yes.
about stuff that you guys offer for that age group.
So with the children, we actually have a mobile music and mobile golf. So we have a golf simulator teaching kids things that are really specific. We want to help kids find stuff that they're passionate about.
Yeah.
Most after-school programs that have been going on for the last 25 years offer an array of things where kids can kind of go and learn different things. We want to be very, very specific. And so we have with our music program, it is drums is what we're doing in the schools, and we've been able to take it to the High Plains Children's Home and different public events along with the golf academy that we have. And so both of those have been really incredible, being able to teach kids specific skills that they can go on and continue to learn. The goal and the heart behind the kids program is to really to hire teenagers to be running a lot of the different programs within the music specifically, because we want to teach young children how to be mentors. We want to teach them leadership and communication skills that a lot of times that we don't get until we get into the workforce. And so we're just excited to be able to teach them that ahead of time, learn what conflict resolution looks like, learn how to regulate their own emotions and work in a safe environment, how to create a safe environment and to be a safe person.
And the community center, it is in San Jacinto. Is that right?
That was our first location that we
Okay.
opened. So just a few years ago, we recently purchased the YMCA building downtown on 9th and Van Buren.
Okay.
And that's where we're operating out of now.
And tell me about operating in that area where you really don't see that many things for children or that age group.
Right, and so long term, we really are going to be established inside of the building. As I mentioned, we have everything mobile right now. We decided instead of waiting until we had enough to remodel the building to go ahead and start mobile. Whenever we launched everything in November, we were able to reach about 600 kids just by going mobile. And so it's been really incredible having that, and we do hope to continue that even after we have the in-house music and the in-house golf. So right now, that location is primarily used for our senior citizens, and I don't want to jump ahead. So
No, you're okay.
Okay.
You're okay. We could start talking about the senior citizens.
Okay.
Yeah, if you want to.
So the location right now, it's primarily used for our senior citizens.
Yeah.
The full first floor, we have there's about 160 total, and they all come on different days, ranging from our slower days might be about 60 people, busier days just right over 100. We serve a free lunch Monday through Friday, and then we have about 15 activities, and all of them range from we have Bible study and Tai Chi and bingo and dominoes, and so all of it is about range of motion and helping use your mental skills to keep you going, keep that mobility going, keep you flexible and keep your brain on target with everything. And it's been really a huge blessing and really incredible to see our senior citizens thrive because of community.
Yeah.
Our goal with them is to make sure that we want to eliminate isolation in the Texas Panhandle, specifically with our senior citizens. And so there's not any one area that we support. We are open to anybody over 60 years old that is looking for community and just looking for people to do life with and to come and be known and get to know others there. And it's been really beautiful seeing, even within those different classes and structures that we offer, them creating their own communities out of that and taking care of each other when one of them might be in the hospital or if one of them's not feeling well, checking in on each other. So it's turned into really a huge family outside of just what we've created. It's been really, really amazing to see.
Yeah. And you said the final group that you guys focus on are people who may have been trafficked. Tell me, why did you guys want to start advocating for that group?
So unfortunately, I actually grew up experiencing it. I was in a group until I was about 13 years old. And so realizing, when you get out, a lot of times you don't realize that you're actually involved in it or a part of it until you go through a lot of healing. And so from lived experience, going through the healing processes and then having the opportunity to go and work with international teams on finding people in different locations, whether it be Haiti, Indonesia, Thailand, finding them and offering resources to them and finding ways for them to get out and connecting them with places based on what their needs are so they can grow safely and heal. And really, like through that experience and coming back to Amarillo over and over again, I kept wondering, like, why am I coming back here? Why don't I just stay in one of those places, you know? And honestly, it was me asking the Lord, like, if this is what my focus is, what am I meant to do with it? And it really turned into looking at the infrastructure of Amarillo, looking at what it is here and helping expose that. So it's interesting that you would ask that because it really came out of the experiencing it and then having the opportunity to turn around and take that pain and turn that into purpose. And it's interesting. I don't think that there's any like mishap that this happens to be like January is National Human Trafficking Prevention Month. And so I'm really grateful that you reached out to me to see if we could do it specifically this month because it is really, really important.
Yeah. And when people think of Amarillo, it is a smaller city. It's not like your Dallas or Houston, so they don't know that trafficking is happening here as well.
Yes.
So tell me about kind of the people you guys are seeing that are affected, even in Amarillo.
Yes, and I'm really glad you mentioned that. One of the biggest things that when I started doing this about 15 years ago, I would get that same question a lot of, the comment I would get is, oh my gosh, I hate that it happens over there, overseas, other places. Thank God it doesn't happen here.
Yeah.
But the reality is with the Texas Panhandle and the smaller towns, there's a lot more places for them to be kind of hidden in plain sight. And so one of the top things I want everybody to know who might be listening to this or watching this is that yes, it is a problem here, and there is something you can do about it.
Yeah.
So it's not just something that is just so enormous that we need to hide from. It's something that we can work on together, just hitting it face forward. So to answer your question on what it looks like here, there have been massage parlors where people come from international places and are kind of under the disguise of they're going to give them a visa, they're going to give them a great life, and so they're looking for that great life, and they come in and then have their visas taken from them and are having to work either labor or sex trafficking. But it also looks like people that might be dating in our schools. It happens in our neighborhoods. It is primarily happening online through sextortion. Are you familiar with what sextortion is?
Can you define it for the viewers and everything?
Yes. So sextortion is when somebody is manipulated through really online recruitment. And so primarily that looks like somebody reaching out to you online, which all of us use social media nowadays.
Yeah.
So reaching out and starting to build a relationship and finding out what that individual is looking for, and then beginning to extort them and either giving them a picture of maybe that was sent. So if anybody is sending pictures that are for private eyes, do not send them online, please.
Yeah.
But even if it's not an image that's sent, there are so many images that and softwares that can be used to create images with somebody's face that has never put any explicit images of themselves online. So one instance that I'm familiar with, specifically with a senior citizen in our area, is there's a 72-year-old gentleman. He became into a romantic relationship online.
Yeah.
Somebody sent a picture to him and said, "You told me that your grandchildren are the biggest thing in your world. If you don't send me X amount of money, I'm going to send these pictures to your grandchildren."
Wow.
Yeah, what kind of person are they going to think you are? And so it's finding out who the most important person is in their life, and then using that to manipulate them into either sending them real images, getting involved in sexual exploitation, whether it be online videos or actually going and meeting with somebody through threats and blackmail. And that is the biggest thing that we're seeing, honestly, right now. And what's crazy about sextortion is one sextorter can be doing this to about 10,000 victims a day.
Wow. Yeah.
And so it has just really been increased. And if we think about it with our online and social media platforms, even games, like you can communicate with other people that are in the same thing, even without knowing them. You don't have to be a friend with them to be able to connect and communicate. And so between 2022 and 2023, sextortion increased 322%.
Wow.
And so it's booming, but there are safety measures, like for you and your kids, if you're watching this and you're going, how do I know?
Yeah.
How do I know what this looks like?
Yeah.
some of the safety measures, especially if you have children in your home or you're a guardian or caring for them, even if you have nieces and nephews and you're like, I'm going to talk to my sister about this and,
Yeah.
just have the conversation. Some of those safety measures are things like bark.us, where
Okay.
you can actually monitor. It'll send whoever has that on their tracker phone, it'll actually send it to them where they can see if there's anything that is being said that has any kind of sexual exploitation information in it.
Yeah.
And so that way it can help the parents monitor messages to and from their kids. There's also something called Canopy, Canopy. That's something that I know several parents use.
Okay.
Or TrueMe. So those are all great devices. I think having the conversation with your kids and knowing that you're telling them, like, I'm a safe place. If somebody starts to ask you for these things, do
Yeah.
not be ashamed to come to me, because there's a lot of shame that takes place within that.
Yeah.
And then if you do suspect, like, if you suspect human trafficking at all, there's a national human trafficking hotline. So what's great about that is, like, it is not our job to be the investigators
Yeah.
and to confirm every suspicion we have. Within the state of Texas, as being mandatory reporters, like the whole state, we are mandatory reporters, not any one specific job. So that allows us to report if we suspect human trafficking. Makes it really easy. You can text, just like you would text a friend. The number is 233-733, just saying, hey, I'm seeing this. This is where it's at. And then they will contact local law enforcement to go in and do the investigation on it.
Yeah.
If you want to talk to a person on it, you can also call. It's 888-3737, 888.
Yeah.
But that's really one of the big things. And right now I would like to call on our community to be the solution.
Yeah.
That's really, when Acts Against Human Trafficking was created, it was to help involve our community to be the solution, because we can do something about this, and you can be the solution in both prevention and intervention
Yeah.
by being informed.
Yeah.
And so, unfortunately, training isn't just, like a quick 5-10 minute, like, what do I look for? What do I do about it? Training is typically about an hour. It can be up to 3 hours based on what the audience is needing. And with our training, we go over what it looks like. We go over in depth what it looks like.
Yeah.
And then we can actually talk about, too, like, real world experiences and then what to do about it. Okay, I'm seeing this. What's next? And so it allows you to be the solution for your kids, for
Yeah.
their friends, for your neighbors, for your family, your direct community. And we offer those classes completely free.
Yeah.
We also have some that have TECL credit, which is, required for continued education for our law enforcement, first responders, teachers, our medical field, and things like that.
Yeah.
So all of those are completely free. And so if you are wondering and wanting to learn more about, our viewers too, wanting to learn more about what human trafficking is,
Yeah.
you can be a part of the solution by signing up for a training.
Right. Yeah.
So I want to make it incredibly easy for anybody to
Yeah.
sign up for this training. But I want to ask you first, what questions do you have? Because I know you asked and I just deep dove straight into it.
Okay. Let's talk about the training. Tell me who really benefits from that. We talked about law enforcement and first responders, but who else could really learn something from this and take something away?
Yes, and so when I say our community, I mean everything from our parents to our community leaders. So if you are a teacher, if you work around kids, if you have children in your home, if you are an auntie and you want to just know safety measures for children, sports, like, so coaches, even teenagers themselves. When, like I mentioned earlier, whenever I had experienced it when I was younger, when I got into school, I didn't know the red flags, and so I had friends that were also experiencing it, and I didn't even realize until I went through a training. It was like, oh my gosh, these friends in the 6th grade were going through this, and I had no idea what to do for them.
Yeah.
So those who would benefit is really anybody that's wanting to learn more that is around children. So we have all of our trainings and all of our classes tailored directly to whether it be law enforcement or a home group community, like a homeschool community or a Bible study community, even different businesses based on what the business is, being able to bring in those real world examples on what they may experience and what they might see. So the hospitality industry, like hotels, even Uber, there's all kinds that we can do and a lot that we have done. And then we specify them out, being able to talk to if it is let's say, a younger group. We do say 13 and up because we are talking about sex trafficking, and
Yeah.
we do not make it scary. We make it very factual. This happens. Here are situations where it's happened.
Yeah.
Here is how people try to find you. Here are different tools and things that they'll use to try to get you looped in. And here's how to report it. Here's how to be a great friend for those that you might see something is going on. How do I make sure I get you into a safe situation?
Yeah.
So it really is our community as a whole that can benefit from this, not just our first responders and law enforcement.
Right. And besides training, what else do you guys offer over at ACTS when it comes to people who may experience trafficking or educating the community more about it?
So we have two additional things. One of them is a healing workshop that we have, and we've been able to take this into different recovery homes and go over. Really, it's called Rewrite Your Story. So this is completely biblically based teaching on the truth about who God says we are, and this the training allows us, or this specific workshop allows you to separate your past experiences from future opportunities. So that way you can go through healing in a group, but we have 3 writing prompts, so that way what you're going over is completely anonymous to anybody else there. You get to have personal, direct healing just right there in the moment. Just 3 very small writing prompts as we go through it. And so that is one of the things we do. We want to make sure that we're meeting people in a secure and a safe environment, because I'm not a mental health professional. I do have, trauma-informed training and lived experience, but I want to make sure that those that we're going into and doing trainings with are already in a space where they have safe people they can talk to and continue the conversation of, if this past didn't happen, it did, but if it didn't happen, what are the things that were on my heart that I was made for, that I want to do, that really give me passion, that make me come alive, and who can I talk to about finding out how to work on next steps to help me get there. But all of it with healing. So that's one of them. That's called Rewrite Your Story. That's also completely free. We've done it for some Bible study groups as well, women's groups, men's groups. And then the next thing that we have is a survivors group. So individuals that have been trafficked, some of them, there's 3 that have been trafficked in the Amarillo area. There's others that have been trafficked other places and have since moved to Amarillo. So this group it's incredible and so absolutely important, because we have that peer support. You can go through life, go through healing, and then you get out and you're on your own, and then you kind of feel like I have to pretend like none of this happened so that way I can actually connect with people. And that's not the case. When we're around each other and we sit in a room where we're going, maybe your experience wasn't exactly like mine, but I get you, and I'm going to lock arms with you, and we're going to look to the future and look for opportunities to live in the dreams that you have, and find out what barriers you have and help us tear them down together. So with the human trafficking support group, that is not an open group. Again, as I mentioned, the mental health aspect of it is incredibly important. We want to make sure that it's healthy healing. And so within this group, it is, when I say it's a closed group, we can receive referrals directly from either caseworkers or counselors. It's not just something that anybody can walk in. And so we don't do it on a specific day of the month. We don't do it in a public space where everybody's going to know about it, because we want to keep it a safe space where individuals, that when they're ready, they can come in and they don't have to share anything right away, but just know that they're supported and find out what other needs they have along the way, and do this thing for life. And it's been really beautiful watching individuals flourish and go in to places that they had to experience on the negative side, and being a positive side of that now. So one, for example, she began a Narcotics Anonymous group, because that was one of the ways that she was dealing with trafficking in the past. And so she has come out and she has been through so much healing, and she realized, there are other reasons that people want to take drugs. It's not just because they're trying to get a fix. Sometimes they're trying to forget the pain that they can't step away from. And how do you get through that? It's through healing. So she began that group. She's been able to work in places that help people recover from that. And it's just been really beautiful seeing, turning that pain into purpose, and seeing us go ahead and where we were stuck before, pulling people out of that. So that's the third thing. But the thing that drives overall, when I began this 15 years ago, and I was asking the Lord, what do I do? The clear answer for 5 years was, you pray.
Yeah.
So before I went on any trips, before I started working with any organizations, before I started diving into the world of what human trafficking looks like and what we can do about it, I was on my face praying, just asking the Lord, partnering with his heart, asking him what to do, asking him for the right connections, the right people, and for my heart to be in the right place too.
Yeah.
So anybody that is interested, I want to invite you also to, we're doing a 24 hours of prayer
Okay.
where you can
Yeah.
sign up for 1 hour and we'll send you a prayer guide if you're going I don't even know how to pray for this. We'll send you a prayer guide to kind of break down that time slot. And it's completely open to the public. So if you are interested in being a part of that, or maybe you're in that group where you're saying, I want to do a training for my softball team. I want to do a training for my Bible study team
Yeah.
or our home school team. If you're in either one of those groups, I want to give my email address. Is that
Of
okay?
course. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So I'm going to give you my email address and I want to make it as simple as possible. In that email, you can just type training and
Yeah.
send it. And then we can get a conversation started after that. Or
Yeah.
you can type prayer and send it, and I'll send you a link to sign up for a 1 hour time slot.
Yeah.
So my email address is joy@actscommunity.org, and that's joy@actscommunity.org.
Perfect. We're going to take a quick break, but when we come back, we're going to talk about volunteers and also how people can support your mission over at ACTS.
Excellent. Thank you.
Welcome back. So, Joy, tell me about volunteering and how people can do that.
Yes. So we have a lot of opportunities, and you've heard me say this a couple times already, that our goal behind all of it is we want to plug people into the place of their heart. So
Yeah.
whatever speaks to you the most on what we've discussed so far, whether that be children, senior citizens, what are your talents? What are your skills? What are the things you enjoy doing? We do have opportunities to work with our kids programs that, of course, you'll need to have a background check, and you can reach out to me for that as well, and I'll get you connected to our different program directors for either golf or music. If you're wanting to work with our senior citizens, we have opportunities, everything from serving lunch to packing groceries to cleaning up after lunch, because we have that every single day.
Yeah.
Also, as I mentioned, we've got a YMCA building, so there's 54,000 square foot of opportunity for anybody that is interested in doing flooring, painting, texture. If you have a skill,
Yeah.
I can almost guarantee that we can get you plugged in.
Yeah.
So if you're listening to this and you're going, oh, I want to be involved, think about the things that bring you joy and really make you happy. What are your talents? And then we can talk about different ways to use them here at ACTS Community.
Yeah. And if people want to support your mission, they want to help out ACTS and everything that you guys are doing, how can they do that?
There's lots of ways. Online, I would say, is probably the easiest way. You can set up just a reoccurring donation. You can do a one-time donation. I love the reoccurring donation because I know when I started giving to nonprofits, I just had $5 a month that I could give, and
Yeah.
that I was slowly able to increase to 10, to 20, 25, and just being able to slowly add that allowed me to really give to these organizations that my heart was invested in a way that I wouldn't otherwise be able to say, okay, I'm going to take this chunk of money and hand it over.
Yeah.
So any donations to ACTS Community, that's ACTS you can always mail that to our P.O. Box. If you like doing checks or you want to do a cashier's check or anything like that, our P.O. Box is 51465 Amarillo, Texas 79159. Or you can go online, as I mentioned.
Yeah.
My favorite way to do it, how I like to give, and so if this is something you're interested in, on our website, that's www.actscommunity.org, there's a donation page where you can set up a one-time gift or a reoccurring gift, and feel free to let us know if you want that going to a specific, like area of what we
Yeah.
do.
And finally, for people who may never heard of you guys, how would you kind of explain what's going on over at Axe Community?
So our overall with ACTS community is serving the underserved, senior citizens, children, and trafficked individuals. Serving the underserved and finding what the needs are and meeting those needs right here. And then if there is a need that we don't do on a regular basis, we
Yeah.
are not about reinventing the wheel. We have a lot of organizations in the Amarillo area and the Texas Panhandle that we do referrals to. So we're not about reinventing the wheel. We're about filling the gaps
Yeah.
and meeting the needs that we find.